Hi, I'm Raya and welcome to Runway. Hi, I'm Raya and today I've come to East London's Green Street to visit Carl's collection, where I'll be meeting the founder of the jewellers and taking a look around some of the beautiful things that you can take home with you here today. They say that diamonds are a girl's best friend, and here at Carl's collection, you've got enough diamonds to make lots of friends. And Nisha, the woman behind all the beautiful jewellery we have here today, is here joining me. Thank you so much for allowing us to come in and see the beautiful designs you have on offer here today. Tell us a bit about your journey into jewellery. How did you end up doing this?
Really, it's a long story. The company's been founded for almost 20 years now, and we started in 1991 on the Isle of Bute from a very, very small bedroom, and there was only the three of us at the time. My husband, myself, and our then 11-year-old. And it was a concept that started, although by profession I've done my studies in chemistry and my husband's a chartered engineer, we in a way diversified away from our careers to have something a bit more challenging. And very fortunately we had the opportunity to work with a company on the Isle of Bute for 3 years in learning on how to actually put the jewellery together, the soldering side of it, the casting side of it, and the plating side of it. So the whole works was under the one roof. And to learn that with a company was, I think, the most, in a way, challenging and changing aspect of our whole entire life. After that, it was like picking up a string of beads, and one idea led to the other, then to the other. And although we were based on the Isle of Bute, the market seemed to be more down London for us, because the aspect that I wanted to create was a fusion of East and West, and really to aim for the Asian market, particularly the bride. And although the concept started with very classic pieces, it was like set on a setting on a road that led to many other things, and it's been going ever since.
You mentioned brides there, and brides being kind of key to what you do here.
Yes.
Do you find that women come here and they have an exact idea of what they want and how they want their jewellery to look?
Really, it's amazing. They have an idea in their minds on what they want the wedding day to be like, which would be including the dress that they eventually choose. But I think when they come to Carl's, they have an idea, but we actually take them beyond that perception. Because to me, I have to address the style of the dress, whether it's a contemporary look, it's traditional. And then of course the physique of the client is so important as well. If she's a very petite bride, you cannot overdress her. So you have to keep that in proportion. And that again is an aspect that we sit down, have a consultation with the bride to see what is it that she wants, not what I can sell her, which are two different things. And to understand, first of all, what she has in mind, and then to actually create that for her is something that I find is very satisfying. And also to reach a situation where the bride feels, oh my God, that's really what I want to look like. And to achieve that is quite an aspect.
You recently had the chance to meet quite a high-profile certain somebody, the Queen, in fact. How did that come about?
Actually, that was through my son, who was 11 at the time when the company started, and he's done his degree actually in marketing. And he got this opportunity to go and meet the Queen because of the aspect that he had put into the company itself. Because very proud to say that we're the only British company who is doing what we are doing, because the jewellery trade is a dying trade, unfortunately, where everything is under the one roof. You've got the Jewellery Quarter in Birmingham, and you've got small businesses there which excelled really well in the early 80s, but now that is dying down because of the, if you like, the Far East coming in with the other sides of the jewellery as well. So in that aspect, Carl's was very much recognised for the fact that we were keeping something alive, and particularly recognised by the British jeweller as well. And that's how it all came about. So along came Rav, and then we got invited to go to one of the Buckingham Palace garden parties. Very honoured, very nervous, And obviously, we've always seen Buckingham Palace behind the doors or the fence that surrounds it. But to know that we were actually going to go into the palace and participate in the event, I think that was very, very nerve-wracking, but very satisfying.
I'm very excited because you're now going to give us a bit of a show around of the beautiful jewellery that you have here today, and a bit of a demonstration of the styles that are on trend at the moment and what we should be looking out for. So, no further ado, let's have a look at the jewellery you've got on offer.
All right, Ria, let's go.
Jewellery to match any outfit, and a brand new range that you've recently brought out is for the men.
Yes, Ria, what we anticipated in the last 20 years was actually dressing the bride. And then one day a bridegroom walked in and he said, right, you haven't got anything for men. And that was it. That's my inspiration. So thanks to him, we've created the new collection for the groom, be it the long Rani hars with the pearls, the kalgis, which can, of course, be matched up with the bride. So whatever her necklace is, we can then coordinate the colours so that they both, when they walk in, the wow factor's there.
And coordinating the outfits to match the bride or groom is something that's really important to you, isn't it?
Yes, I think importantly because of the fact that the dresses or the outfits these days that we see have got a lot of antique work on them. And we're able to offer all these different finishes to the bride so that we can not only match up the background of the actual costume, but also the colours. And of course, with Swarovski's support that we've had for so many years now, we're able to offer those combination of colours, be it 3 combinations or even 4, or just a simple 2 combinations, we can achieve that.
It's not just brides and grooms that you have coming down here. You actually had a rather famous guest come down to have a look around quite recently. Tell us about that.
Am I allowed to speak about it? Yes, we had Rishi's fiancé that came over, and I actually designed the jewellery for her engagement. And again, she was a very simple person that didn't want anything too heavy, but obviously the occasion had to be created for her, and she looked stunning.
So dressing celebrities with jewellery is something that you're quite used to. Do you have a favourite that you've dressed in the past?
A favourite, or I'm going to dress?
Either or.
Well, I think Asha will be quite a challenge to dress up because, again, her face is a very much a fusion of East and West. And I'd like that challenge one day to see what I can do for her. Of course, we've dressed up Sita, Bali Sugu's wife. That's going back some years on her wedding day. And again, inspiration for me again.
If you are hoping to have your wedding anytime soon and you've decided on the dress, you've decided on the makeup artist, how much should you be putting aside for beautiful jewellery like you have on offer here today?
I'm not governed actually by the amount of money that they spend at Kyle's. My aspect is for the bride to walk in, for me to then sit down with her and actually see what she wants to look like on the wedding day. And I strongly believe less is more. So my aspect of designing something for her will be in relation to what's going to suit her, what she needs. And you don't have to spend thousands to look good. So I think we can achieve with very little, but it's getting the proportion right. And I always say, don't be guided by how much you have to spend to look good. Is, again, like I said, is the proportion and the balance of the outfit, the client, and the jewellery, all hand in hand, and of course the makeup as well.
Well, expert top tips there and beautiful jewellery on offer here today. What's different about the designs that you have here compared to, say, other Asian jewellers?
I think the main difference that we feel is the manufacturing is all done here in the UK. So we can change any design to suit the client. We can make the design that much more bigger or smaller, but at the same time, it's a fusion of the East and West. And because we are actually designing every piece ourselves, I'm governed by my own background, which is a fusion of East and West. So the aspect is representation of a lifestyle at Kyle's rather than just a piece of jewellery, whether it be a contemporary look or a traditional look.
Nisha, thank you so much for showing us around. Beautiful jewellery, as I'm sure you can see, and you're going to share some of your top tips with us in just a moment's time too, so do stick around for that.
Fashion.